Hello students. In this video we can discuss the topic industrial fatigue and industrial boredom. So first of all we can discuss industrial fatigue. So what is fatigue? Uh, Human capacity to work is limited. Every work require care, attention, concentration. A person cannot work continuously for a longer period. The work output will be more in the morning and it goes on decreasing with passage of time as a worker will feel tired mentally and physically in the evening. So the decrease in the efficiency of working due to a longer working period is known as a fatigue. It is one of the most significant problem before industrial engineers. Fatigue has been defined as a negative appetite for work activity. So according to Vitals, the tension, the subjection to specialization of work and a rhythm uncontrolled by the individual promote fatigue characterized by decrease in the power to work, a decrease in pressure or taken in work, and increase in the enjoyment of the hours spent away from work. So, fatigue can precisely be explained as follows. It always lead to loss of efficiency. It results in more or less complete loss of responsiveness of tissues. It may be determined as the reduced capacity of work resulting from work itself, or it is also considered as a state or of lack of interest in not only work but other activities too. So basically, a fatigue is related to the mental status of person. If one person may not be tired even after long hours of work, whereas the other persons may feel fatigued or tired even after few hours of work. So some person may feel fresh after a shortly relaxation during working periods, while other may not regain energy even after longer rest. So a number of factors such as aptitude, like interest, nature of job or work environment or working conditions, etc., influence the mind of a person on job. So the fatigue is a condition characterized by decrease in the output of an activity due to previous activity and is directly proportional to the poorness of output. So the actually fatigue is both a psychological as well as physiological phenomena, and it results when we spend more energy than we recover. We can understand this by example. When we run a race, our muscles need energy. When it generates from the aerobic metabolism of fats, but our body resynthesizes it and we continue to run. But after some time, metabolism shift to anaerobic, absence of oxygen, and slowly the body is not able to resynthesize it and fatigue occurs. So there is a lactic acid formation, etc. also, but will not get into the biological aspects of this. There are different types of fatigues. Mainly there are only two types of fatigue. One is a physical and mental fatigue, or you can say that a psychological fatigue, but generally we also describe in a form of nervous fatigue or industrial fatigue. So first of all, physical fatigue, it is caused either by continuous work for long period or the nature of work, like the work may be heavy and requiring lot of physical exertion. So the physical capacity of workers are limited and they feel tired after a continuous work for long period. This type of fatigue is known as a physical fatigue, or you can say that an inability to exert force within one's muscle to the degree that would be expected given the individual's general physical fitness, and which result in the decrease in output. Now mental fatigue, it is a psychological phenomena which results in mental tiredness and decrease of output. It is caused by continual mental efforts and attention on a particular task, as well as a high level of stress or high level of emotions. So, the mental fatigue is found to be difficult to measure and describe, as many factors are responsible for it. For example, if we take our own case, don't we feel mentally tired very soon when we are studying to complete the course? But when we are reading something of interest, say a novel, we can go on for hours without a trace of tiredness. Thus, it is not possible to quantify a mental fatigue exactly. Do you remember the advertisements in which a Javed Jafri is overloaded with work, and just as he thinks the pile on his desk and can't get any bigger, the secretary hands him some more papers, and ये बेचारा काम के बोझ का मारा ही फेंट्स एंड इन्हें चाहिए हमदर्द का टॉनिक चिंकारा. So the JJ drinks it, and in the next scene breaks through glass and hands in his report with a flourish. Hamdard ka tonic Sinkara. This is why we should study fatigue and boredom. Not to break the glass of our office in front of our bosses. Of course, you will be fired for that. But to know the factor which cause us to become bichara and dull, and to prevent that from happening. So there are some time of physical and mental fatigue which affect individual at a workplace due to some overload of work or some pressure or time limits, etc. So after that, the third form of fatigue is a nervous fatigue. When work needs the use of mental and physical capabilities for a continuous period, it will result in a nervous fatigue. When a worker continue to work the job for a longer period, his efficiency reduced, his productivity reduced, his performance will also reduced, will result in a nervous fatigue as well. Now, symptoms of fatigue. There are so many symptoms of fatigue shown in an individual. Some physical, some mental or industrial fatigues as well. Like physical fatigue, there is a sleepiness or exhaustion. Individual can feel a tiredness. So the even falling asleep against one's will, called micro sleeps, or napping as well. This type of symptom is known as a physical symptom. Psychological symptoms like compassion fatigue, emotional irritation, exhaustion, these are the symptoms of a psychological fatigue. Lack of concentration, it shows a mental fatigue in an individual. And ability to perform day to day functions disrupted. So this type of symptoms, non clarity in communication, slower thinking, poor judgment of distance or speed or time. So these are the major symptoms of fatigues at workplace. Now next is the causes of fatigue. Fatigue may be caused due to so many reasons at workplace, like rest pauses. So the causes of fatigue at workplace are divided in two categories. Generally, you can look in a figure. One is a work factors and another is a personal factor. In work factor, work demands and organizational factors can cause fatigue, and in a personal factor, biological and life aways from work is also cause major cause of a fatigue, like workload breaks, types of work durations, regulations. So some of the causes we can discuss, like length or duration of fatigue. If working hours are so long without proper rest pauses or rest break, it may cause fatigue. Sometime speed of work is carried out a higher speed. If some worker is carried out at higher speed, it also cause a fatigue. Some environmental factors like inadequate lighting or illumination. Sometimes there is a places with a high noise or high temperature, etc. is also result in fatigue. Types of work of individual at workplace. If the worker involved causes tension, like marketing department, he having a targets and they having a pressure to achieve this target on time, as or creating or developing a business, there is a limit, so it may lead to a mental fatigue. Shift jobs, as it upsets natural sleeping rhythms, it is also uh, cause fatigue. Sometime of physical and mental condition of the person is also increase the level of fatigue in an individual, like his age, his strengths, if his stamina is very low, and health of a person which not support, and which can create produce a stress in different individuals with different intensities. Sometime a training of employees also raise the level of fatigue. By proper training, the employee learn to do a job in the most scientific manner, which cause the least stress. Workplace layouts, if the workspace layouts of machines and equipment is not proper or space is not adequate, it also result in unnecessary movements by the workers and resulting in fatigue as well. Sometimes an inadequate or inefficient tools or equipments or machineries causes undue expenditures of energy, which tries the workers' quality. So inconvenient and awkward postures of workers, that is standing or bending for long period, may also be the cause of fatigue. The harsh attitude of supervisor may also result in fatigue of workers. The workers may not be properly placed on jobs as per their skills level, it also raising the level of fatigue in an individual. Or the complexity or production process may also put more load on workers, resulting in a fatigue. So there are so many causes of fatigues in an individual at workplace. Now, methods of reducing fatigues. A fatigued worker will not be able to work with his original rhythm. So every industrial enterprises is expected to devise ways and means of reducing fatigue, so that the production does not suffer the longer period. So there are following methods which may help in reducing fatigue and providing freshness to workers at a workplace. So first of all, rest pauses. When workers continue to work for longer period, then they feel fatigue, or then they feel tired and need some rest. Rest pauses are of great importance in reducing fatigue as well as the monotony. Rest pauses should be provided in such a way that workers feel relieved after working for some hours. A well planned rest pauses scheduled will be of great help in reducing fatigue. Second method is a less hours of work. Longer hours of work are the main cause of fatigue. So the hours of work should be reduced to that optimum level where workers are able to keep up their working speed. The Factories Act in India allows only 48 hours a week for adult workers, and it should be followed strictly in an industry. Next method is a proper lighting. Poor intensity of light is sometimes is an important cause of disturbance and fatigue at workplace. So the workplace should be properly lighted so that workers are able to work without burdening their eyesight and their brain as well. Another method of reducing fatigue is improving environmental conditions like humidity, temperature, ventilation, sometimes influence workers at work. So a proper balance of temperature, humidity should be maintained to make the workplace comfortable and worth working, so that the fatigue is reduced. Uh, Sometimes there is some places where the level of noise is very high, which can create a or increase of fatigue level of workers. So reduction of noise is also help or reducing a fatigue of an individual. It may also uh, undesirable noise will cause fatigue. It may also cause a muscular tension. So the unnecessary noise should be curbed to its minimum level. Lower noise level increase productivity of workers by reducing fatigue and by removing the cause of irritation also. Another method is a proper selection of employee. A wrong selection of employee and their placement may also be a reason for fatigue and monotony. A job may require more physical inputs than workers has. In such situation, the worker will feel fatigued after short duration of work. So a square peg in a square hole will help in reducing a fatigue and boredom. So proper selection shall help in this regards. Another method we generally use for reducing a fatigue is the job rotation. Sometimes workers start feeling bored and tired while working repeatedly on the same job. If the job rotation is provided, it will avoid boredom and fatigue at a workplace. Another method is a counseling of employee. Anxiety and worries may be the main cause of fatigue with some worker. So there may be a job dissatisfaction, domestic problems. You can say that some organizational or personal factor as well. The office of personal departments should counsel the employees and help them in solving their problem as well. So the effects or outcome of fatigue in the following effect. If the following effects are seen in an organization, fatigue may be culprit for it, like lack of interest or increase in rate of absenteeism or low production in quality as well as a quantity. You can say that the level of production is continuously decreased. Quality of work deteriorates, or wastage of material or resources is also increased. So the level rate of accident is also increased. Employee attrition also increase. Fatigue sometimes affect individual physically or psychologically, which can result in high accident or high wastage in an industry. So there are so many outcomes or effects of fatigue in an workplace. Now we can discuss a concept of industrial boredom. What is boredom? Boredom refers to the dull, uninterested, and unfavorable state of mind or attitude of a worker towards his work. Boredom is an emotional state experienced during a periods lacking activity or when individuals are uninterested in the opportunities surrounding them. So the first record of word boredom is in the novel Bleak House by Charles Dickens, written in 1852. Although the expression to be bored has been used in the sense of to be dull since 1768. So according to the Herald, boredom is characterized by depression and a desire for change of activity. Boredom has been defined by Fisher in terms of its central psychological process, an unpleasant transient affective state in which the individual feels a pervasive lack of interest in and difficult concentrating on the current activity. In positive, psychological anxiety is described as a response to moderate challenge for which the subject has more than enough skill. So there are three types of boredom, all which we involve problem of engagement of attention. This includes when we prevented from engaging in something, when we are forced to engage in some unwanted activity, or when we are simply unable for no apparent reason to maintain engagement, and engagement in any activity may cause boredom. Now another term we sometimes used is a monotony. Monotony refers to a state of mind or attitude of a worker towards his job due to the repetitive nature of work. We sometimes use monotony as a synonym for boredom in our general uses, but we should understand that these two are different. Whereas boredom refers to a particular identified state of mind which is of disliking. Monotony does not refer to a state of disliking or dullness of work. It is just a state of mind caused when repetitively do the some work. Now, causes of boredom. There are some causes which act or which results in boredom, like personality, nature and interest of person. Personality and interest of a person sometimes affect the way he does a work. Some people find some work interesting while some find it boring. For example, like Rancho in a movie Three Idiots says to Farhan that you are born to become a photographer, but you are studying engineering, then how can you be happy or get success in life? That means the Rancho in Three Idiot has studied industrial psychology and knew that because of his interest and personality, Farhan felt bored to study engineering. Another cause is the intellectual level of person. For example, uh, when Einstein was a clerk, but his intellectual level was so high that his work bored him. So a person should do a work as per his intellectual capacity to be interested in it. Another cause is the monotonous nature of job. Here both the nature of job and the person are important. Some people find repetitive work safe and secure, so they do not get bored of their work. While some people want to learn and face challenges, they get bored by repetitive work. So there are so many causes. Like another, so many causes also are there for boredom is like lack of motivation or individual differences. Now, next is the remedies for boredom. Remedies are helpful for reducing the effect of boredom. First, rest pauses. They act as a change for the workers and helping in reducing monotony in work. Second, importance of job. It is found that people leave their job because they think that the job is of no importance and monotonous. Thus, job can be made for interesting if meaning is attached to it, and workers are told about the importance of their job. So it can also help to reduce the boredom. We also use a process of job enlargement and job rotation. Scope of workers' job should be increased by giving them more duties and responsibility. That is known as a job enlargement, and job rotation, that is to give a worker different job. Both these concepts reduce monotony as well. Providing a social and recreational activities. These activities break the monotony of work and give employee change and an opportunity to recharge themselves. Another remedy is the proper placement. Proper placement means a test such as intelligence quotient etc. help in placing a person in a job as per his their IQ and thus prevent boredom at work. And sometimes we can use a concept of short term goals. When goals are set and the workers get more involved in accomplishing such targets, does not feel bored as well. So these are the remedies which we can use for reducing boredom. There are so many effects of boredom like decrease in productivity or decrease in quality at workplace or industries or lessness in our workers or high attentions. So there are some consequences of boredoms. They can directly affect the performance of an individual. If an employee feel boredom at a workplace, so the efficiency of an individual is decreased continuously, which affect his performance at workplace. dysfunctional response, they can not give a proper response to their duties and responsibilities as well. They also boredom because due to lack of disinterest, they also increase the level of dissatisfaction of employee at workplace. The rate of absenteeism is also increased if employee feeling bored or feeling monotonous at a workplace. Negative affective status and mental health of employees also affected at a workplace, because sometime employee can work for our interest or for in a favorable state of mind, or attitude of worker towards his work is positive, but if he can feel dull or uninterested or unfavorable at a from the job, then the attitude of workers towards his job is changed, and from positive to negative side. So there are so many consequences of boredom as well. So the industrial fatigue and boredom as a normal physiological reaction to exertion, lack of sleep, or boredom change to sleep, wake up schedules or stress, and as of weariness, tiredness and exhaustions as well. There now the question is there, what is the difference between fatigue and boredom? In many instances, it is difficult to distinguish between boredom and fatigue, feeling of tiredness. Both are the result of work and both are unpleasant. So, for distinguishing factor between the two terms, like fatigue is a decreased capacity of work, but boredom is a decreased interest in work. First difference, you can say that fatigue decrease your capacity and boredom decrease your interest. Fatigue sometimes expresses itself in the desire for taking rest, but boredom expresses itself in the desire for change. There is a major difference. Fatigue only desire to take rest, but boredom desire for change as well. Fatigue associated with the psychological depletion, but boredom is always a concomitant of mental dullness. You can say that fatigue is some extent measurable. You can measure a fatigue, but boredom is a subjective attitude that is objective evaluation always. So the fatigue is a continuous inability, but boredom is a feeling of incapacity with or without there being a psychological basis for the feeling. So the difficulty of distinguish between boredom and fatigue had led some investigators to suggest that the two be considered as useful in overcoming the others. Nevertheless, sometimes employees can actually distinguish between the two as well. So the fatigue and boredom has to be minimized to its barest minimum, and in doing so workplace danger would either be completely eliminated or at least minimized to its barest minimum. Thank you. Thank you, class.